Hello, welcome to today's class. Today's class will continue with the introduction part of artificial intelligence, and we will talk about Turing test. So Turing test is a test to determine if a computer possesses intelligence or not. And this Turing test was proposed by Alan Turing in 1950. You must be knowing Alan Turing is one of the famous theoretical computer scientist who formalized the notions of algorithms and computation through the Turing machine. And you may also be knowing that two movies has been made based on his biography, and the movies Breaking the Code and the Imitation Game. So this test is designed to provide operational definition of intelligence, and how it works is, let's say we have a human C. So C is a human, and we have a computer A, and we have another human B. And now C do not know which one of these two is the computer and which one is the human, and he will perform some communication. He will interrogate both the entities, and at the end of the conversation, if C cannot find out which one is the computer and which one is the human, if it cannot differentiate between the two, then the computer A is said to have passed the Turing test. And in that case, A will it will be mentioned that A have intelligence. So that's what the Turing test is. And now for A to be able to pass this Turing test, it would need a few capabilities. It would need to have the capability of natural language processing, knowledge representation, automated reasoning, and machine learning. So A will need to be able to communicate successfully in natural language, because if A is not able to communicate, then the human C will easily find out that A is actually a computer and it's not a human, if A is not able to communicate in natural language. A should also be able to store what it knows or hears. So it should have the capability of storing knowledge, just like humans can store knowledge in our brain. The computer should also be able to store knowledge from what it see or hear. Then the computer A should be able to do reasoning, which means to use the stored information to answer questions and to draw new conclusions. So that's another capability A should have. And A should also have the capability of machine learning, that is to adapt to new circumstances and to detect and extrapolate patterns. So whatever knowledge and reasoning capability that A possesses, it should be able to apply this to new circumstances, new problems. Only when a computer possesses these capabilities, then only it will be able to pass the Turing test. Now this Turing test was further expanded. This expanded Turing test is called a total Turing test, and in total Turing test, two more additions are done. The first is include a video signal to test perceptual abilities, whether the computer has perceptual abilities or not. To test that, a video signal is used. And the total Turing test also allows the interrogator to pass physical objects. For example, the human C can pass a physical object like a ball or a bat or any other physical object, it can pass to both A and B and test and do some test. And now for the computer to be able to pass the total Turing test, it would need two more additional capabilities, and those two capabilities are computer vision. So it should be able to perceive objects, and another capability that the machine should possess is robotics. It should be able to handle the objects that the interrogator has passed to the machine. So this is Turing test and total Turing test. Of course, Turing test have some weakness, and the weakness was exploited by this computer program called ELIZA. So ELIZA is a chatbot which was developed in 1966 by Joseph Weizenbaum, and this computer program actually passed the Turing test. However, it was not intelligent. Without being intelligent, it was able to pass the Turing test. What this computer program did is it simulated human conversation by following a simple list of mechanical rules. So based on what question is being asked, the computer would search for some keywords, and based on the presence of those keywords, it will generate a reply. So it did not have any intelligence, and by just mere manipulation of the words, it was able to produce correct answers. So this is mentioned as one of the weakness of Turing test, where a program without being intelligent was actually able to pass the test. So that's all I have for today's class on Turing test and total Turing test. We'll meet again in the next class. Thank you. Bye.